So I'm not actually sure what the correct pronunciation of this guy's name is. It's either deathsarus or deathsarus, or I usually just call him deathsarus. He was released in the Victory line. That was the front of the box. Back of the box just shows the other Breastmasters, which are Leo Kaiser, and then himself. This one is not sealed, but he's still in very nice shape. I don't even think I've taken him out of the styrofoam myself. But for his transformation, we have another one. Now, he's slightly odd and wonky just because of the wings and the arms here. It's hard to find him where these wings are not dinged up, and I'll show you why after we transform him. It's also hard to find where this black paint here isn't messed up. Looks like I have some styrofoam stuck on the bottom here. I haven't tried to remove it, but it looks fine, and I always display this one in robot mode anyway. So that's what he looks like. And then for his transformation, we will remove the tail. Just kind of pops off. And this will wind up becoming a shield. So you just kind of split it open. And then we'll put that aside for now. And now to transform him, his little arms here are on springs. So you just push it in and it'll flip. Same with this one. Push it in and just kind of go in on its own. Now for the arms, this is the weird part, and it takes a little bit of wiggling. So when you move the wing down, it doesn't quite always clear. So you kind of have to just move the leg and then move the black part around until you find a good spot where nothing's going to hit. Like even that. That's about as close as I can get, but it's still going to rub up on there a little bit. So we'll just kind of force it over. And then we'll do the same here. We'll move it. This will move down. And barely clears it. Now the black part, you just kind of got to rotate until it's about like that, because these will become the arms. That will rotate up. And then this little flap you can move. And then this here is the hand. So this will flip up. This will flip. Should flip all the way back. Oh, my mistake. There's this blue flap in the back. That has to flip up first. Then the arm will flip all the way. And then this will flip down. There's the arm. And for the other side, we will flip that up. This flips down. He does bend at the arm. Now he's like this. This piece, I didn't want to connect it just because it'll get wear. But this would normally snap out. If you straighten that, this will just kind of go in the back here. But before that goes all the way, we will flip these two forward. And then the entire leg portion will flip around. And now on the back, we'll close that. This doesn't snap or anything, it just kind of sets there. Down here are the back parts of his feet. And that's basically him. I like for a little more dynamic stance, you can separate the legs. And it's just a matter of if he's actually going to balance or not. And then his accessories. See, to make him stand a little bit better, I will usually flip this forward like one notch, which kind of sets him up, but then he does balance better when he's standing this way. So his accessories are the shield, which there's the peg on his arm here, and then there's this little peg in the middle that will just connect right there. And then he came with this mace gun, which you can either hold, there's a peg here, or there's a peg here. So you can either hold it as a gun or hold it as a mace. But considering the mace is basically sheathed, it's not as great. So I always display him with the gun. And then he came with his 2 Breastmasters. I'm not sure what their names are, but there's a lion and then there's the bird. Now, these little black guns are removable, and they get lost fairly easily, so if you're going to buy one, make sure that the seller has them. They do store underneath here, which I'll show momentarily, but you always want to make sure those are there if you're buying it complete. So we're going to remove this gun for now. But for the transformation, we'll do the bird first. He has basically a triple changer, so the head will flip down. The feet are on double hinges. They'll just flip up and go in there. This will flip up. There's this little tiny thing back here, which will flip up, and you can basically become a hand cannon. And the, oops, don't quite line up. But if you do it this way, then with a little peg right there, you can actually hold it as a gun. And also, if you flip the peg in, and then we open the wings again, the 2 guns will just pop off, and then if you flip it around, there are holes there and a little peg inside, so they will connect, and then this little thing will go into his chest, and that becomes new chest form. Then there's the lion, which has a little tiny tail in the back. So to transform him, both feet flip up. And then the back, these feet will also flip up. And then it just kind of splits down the middle. And make sure that when you do that, the tail flips all the way in. And then these will connect that way. So this piece will flip up, and he becomes a gun too, but this just fits over his hand. At least it's supposed to. You know what? I forget how that actually connects on there, but he does become a gun. You're supposed to be able to hold him as a gun. But the main reason you use him, that flips down. He will connect on top of the red one. Although you don't need the red one in there, he'll connect without it. Then these flip out, and then you have him with both of his Breastmasters attached. Now, size-wise, it's about the size of a G1 Shockwave. Definitely a lot bulkier, but about the same size. And then to see him in both modes, there's Robot, there's Dragon, there's a Lion, and there's the Bird.